there was a law that passed in New York that expired on Thanksgiving.
Yeah, I did hear about this.
So this is why you saw a floodgate of these things. Now, of course, Cassie being so high profile with Diddy obviously triggered a lot of this as well. But there was a deadline on this where they extended it past a certain amount of time when it comes to sexual abuse.
Yeah. But I mean, if there's one thing about human nature is people are they're going to vote what's in their heart. All they need is an excuse to do so. You want to call somebody, money grubbing bitch, you're going to find the reason to do that, right? Whatever is in your heart, you're going to find the excuse to act on that or to claim it that way. So, I mean, again, what I feel is that, hey, this is, there's a statute of limitations or whatever, but to me, this is the first time in history where the powerful are getting punished. It's the first time. Because, but if somebody wants to be a hater or try to, call somebody a money grubber or whatever, they're going to do that. They're going to say, they're not going to think too deep about the whole situation. If they find an excuse to call somebody money hungry, there it is. But you're neglecting all the other shit. And real victims in this situation.
What I'm saying is they both could be true. She could have been abused, but she also could use the money because she's not at a place.
But you said use the money. That could be true. Everybody
Everyone
can use the money.
Right.
Yeah, but to be
here's the thing though, right? From what I understand, there's never been a criminal complaint filed. During this whole time, during all this abuse, during all this stuff, not a single time were the police called. So when it comes to these types of cases, it becomes a hearsay. There's usually not a lot of proof. And a civil lawsuit, as some of you may not know, is much easier to win than a criminal lawsuit.
True.
A civil lawsuit means more likely than not, meaning that jury, if they think they're 51% sure that Cassie was abused and they're 49% sure that it's false, they will go with Cassie. Now, if there's a criminal case against Diddy, it would have to be beyond a reasonable doubt, which is like 90%, 95%. You see what I'm saying? So it's much harder. I know you know, but I just want people to understand that are watching this, that a civil case and a criminal case are much different. Much easier to win a civil case.
I'm going to ask you a question, okay? Yeah. Since this stuff started happening, right?
Yes.
And you start pulling out your Rolodex of things that you know about folks. Then you start thinking like, oh shit, this person. I started realizing so many people who might get caught up in this dragnet because now the stuff that you got away with, I know a whole lot of folks that I go, ooh, man, back in the day, this crazy party, that crazy party, when, was there consent here? Or was that the nature of the party? You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
And then you start sitting there going, whoa, there's going to be a lot of cases that's going to pop up because of that blurred line, right? Whereas, were you coerced in doing this?
Or were you down to do? Yeah.
Yeah, because there's people who I know, not personally, I just know of the wild parties and shit that I've always, personally, I always steer clear of that stuff.
Yeah.
Because I ain't never been no weak cat as far as I'm concerned.
Right.
I never had to use money or prestige or fame to get women, right? So any chick that was after me because they see me on TV, I was like, because I was dealing with top shelf women before I was famous, right? So they was like, come on. I never got caught up into that because I never, that was never a crutch for me. But I know a lot of people who were.
I have a friend, right? Old friend of mine who basically has been a security for strip clubs this whole time, which in turn gives him jobs for private parties as well. When I said, what was the craziest private party you've ever had to do security for? He said it involved a llama. Yeah. So you could just, you could just figure out the rest of it.
Yeah.
He said he had to leave.
There's going to be stuff like that just going to be flying out. Because now people are like, hey, remember that llama night? You know what I mean?
Back in '94.
Yeah, so this is stuff that's happened. I mean, I remember bachelor parties I went to that I'm like, there's times where I'm like, I'm tipping the fuck out.
Yeah.
Like, this has gone too far. I'm out. And then it's like I'd hear about what happened and whatever, and I'm like, damn, really?
Yeah.
That kind of stuff? Oh man, I think there's gonna be a whole wave of that kind of stuff.